Hello everybody, it's Jason from again, of course. I'm just that guy who's a short guy who's trying to teach you some chess, and I'm not really good or anything. So, as we can see, we always read this. How do you win material? Well, obviously, a lot of people think material. How do you win material? If you watch some of the past videos, you'll probably think you could do a skewer where the king's here, and you'll like have a rook here or like a bishop here, and they have a queen or a rook somewhere like here, like king, queen, rook, skewer, because they have to move out, then you take their piece. So that's a skewer, but do we see any skewers here? We have a rook, and they do too. You could actually skewer them if you somehow got a rook here, but you don't. And they aren't coming out anytime soon, because this rook is back here. And I'm going to do a wrong move and show you why it's wrong. You might think, well, we could castle, and the next move we could somehow do a skewer.
That was a good attempt, but once I go
obviously,
here, you don't have a
just
strong way to
do
respond.
something like that or something, and that's a horribly wrong move. Second thing we have to figure out, what's it called again? Yes, forks. So like, let's say they have a king here and a rook here, and a rook here, and you have a bishop here. Then that's a fork. So the king must move out the way. Then you take their rook. So yeah, that's a fork. Another way to do a fork is you have like a horse, and then like since it attacks 8 spots in total, you just have to have a king on one and a high value and like something you want on the other, I guess. So how do we do that? Well, if you look at this is a casual fork you'll see in many puzzles. I mean this. Can you find one here? Well, obviously first we find the king, and obviously we find 2 rooks near it. As you can see, this is not in forking distance. But if you look at these two, if somehow we get a horse here, that's perfect. That's a perfect fork. And by luck has it, we have a horse right here. So that
You got it. Well done. You're close to checkmate.
On this next puzzle again. Obviously, you guys start first. Pause the video if you need to, and yeah, go. I'm gonna start talking about it later. Okay, so now it's our turn. So now I'm talking. So now you must try to find checkmate. How do you checkmate this guy? Well, you look, your rook and queen are actually pretty next to each other, close to each other. So if you had like 2 moves, you could move your queen here, then up, and that'd be mate. And if you move this, and they're so kind to do this to defend this square, then you could literally just do this, force them into the corner, then go up, and then take, and you still win. But the thing is, they have a queen here, and it can take your rook. So that's not good. See, like if you do this,
You left your rook vulnerable. Once I take it and make some trades, I'll win material.
Now, let's see what we can do. Well, look. Rook cuts off all of this, right? And queen can slide over here and deliver a backrange checkmate after taking this. So let's do that.
Perfect. Nice work. Your attack is powerful here. Can you wrap it up with a checkmate?
Try to do it yourself again. Okay, now that we're done, how do you make them? Is the question again. Well, obviously, you have your queen and a rook, and a bishop, and the king is, well, is stuck on this rank, except for this square. He can move here, just a little only place. He can get off the 1-5. So, what shall we do? Well, the thing is, how do we get rid of this square? Then get a check with a rook or a queen somehow. Well, because that's honestly a big question we're trying to figure out. Because obviously, we want to checkmate them. So if we get rid of the square, while at the same time, like checking them up across this line. How do we do that? Well, if we figure out how to put a queen right on this square, well, queen goes diagonal and forward. So that's perfect. And as you can see, we can just glide this queen up the e-file and check.
Bingo. You got it. Calculate for checkmate.
Do yourself, yada 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 blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. Have you guys figured it out yet? This one's a fairly easy one, so I think you guys should figure it out as long as you watch my other video. I do not know if you have, but obviously, let's just start and dive in. One thing we should probably do right here is see where their things are around. I'm so sorry, I forgot to do the material count for first and second, so let's do material count real quick. Obviously, you probably did that yourself, so yeah. So you have a queen, queen, rook, rook, pawn, 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 pawn. So materials about, and king, king, of course. So materials about even. But the thing is, they got a lot of pieces around their king. A queen and a bishop, and they might actually be able to checkmate you after bishop to d6, which forces you here. I mean, he could take that, but then you win. They win material, and then that's actually really bad. So if you don't take it, they'll have to you move in here, then that, and that is a mate. So yeah, how do we stop that first? First, we want to figure out how to mate. I said this was a fairly easy one because look, rook is attacking the square. Queen is attacking the square. If you watch my last video, actually I don't even know if I mentioned that, I'm pretty sure I did though. There's this thing called the queen's kiss of death. It's where you get your queen right in front of the king, and then the rook is, and a piece is defending the square. Pretty sure I mentioned that actually. So now if you do this,
Good work.
Queen's kiss of death. And the king is dead. Alright.
You're in control here. Can you seal the victory with checkmate?
Have you figured it out yet? You probably should have. Because this one, it's the crisscross mate. Confused? You either use a queen and a bishop, or two bishops. As you can see, there's a bishop here and a bishop here. It's crisscross because a bishop's going to be like attacking this way and a bishop's going to be attacking this way somehow. So how the crisscross mate works is that they have like a king back here, and then they have like a bishop cutting off the square. Actually, a king back here. A bishop cutting off what am I talking about? No, like let's say they somehow have a rook back here. Okay, their king's like here. A bishop is cutting off this side. Then another bishop comes and checkmates you. That's basically the crisscross mate. So that's how you mate. There's also a double bishop mate, which is where your king is in the corner. There's like a pawn right in front of him, and then you have a bishop here and a bishop here. So the block mate. So that's how you do the double bishop mate. As we can see, we can actually find a crisscross pattern here because we have a king here. King is pretty much like the rook, blocks off these two squares, and that means cuts off that whole file. So this blocks it all off. This is the last square except for him, and they're on the same line. So we can just move our bishop over here. And
Great move. You're on a roll. Win this game with a checkmate.
And now you are white and you're trying to checkmate them. Important thing to do, again, do material count. Guys, do material count. I know I haven't paused it because I haven't even started, okay? But whatever, material count, material count, material count, material count, material count, material count. You are actually up a pawn, and that is pretty that's actually that feels pretty good. Your king is actually having two squares to move to, which is actually not that great, honestly. But their bishop is not actually really organized around your. I mean, they can move down here, but then you just move up there, and there's really nothing they can do, honestly. So honestly, your king is actually not in that much danger, and their king is though. So basically, as you can see, your queen, your bishop and queen is on the same line, right? I mean, look, see, these two are on the same line. So what should you do? Well, I mean, actually, looking at this, why in the world are there two solutions? Unless I'm blind, guys. Actually, tell me if I'm blind. I'm thinking there's two Actually, sorry, guys. There's only one. I'm sorry. So sorry, my brain was fried, but like I thought this was a second solution because this blocks it off and that's mate. But there's a bishop over, a queen over on this particular pawn, so it's not mate, and it's actually just bishop queen over mate.
Your eyes are sharp. Good work.
You guys do this one.
Look closely. The winning move is ready to play.
You guys do this one by yourself, okay? I'm gonna get this one wrong and skip it because this one is actually not that hard. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. You guys aren't doing this by yourself. This is really easy, so bro, it's the fourth streak, okay? It's really easy. I'm joking. So you guys have probably figured it out by now. Have you guys? Well, if you haven't, well, look at this. Remember when you have a king here, and a queen here? These two are his two last escape squares. If you have like a pawn here and a queen here, totally not telling you the answer, then that's me. Also, you have to have protection on the queen, of course. And look at that. What is that? Oh, a queen and a pawn here. Wow. I wonder where that came from. So that's me.
5 in a row. That's great.
Alright,
Find a way to end the game with a
go,
checkmate.
Go, find this answer. Find this answer. Find this answer. Yeah. You guys probably already found it, and I'm singing for no reason. Okay, guys, sorry. I know I'm a horrible singer. So the thing to make him is really simple, actually. Let's do a material count, of course. Queen, bishop, knight, pawn. So materials even. Position, ours is much better because they're pretty much down a king actually, because like they have a knight here and a queen here. This is horrible and organized scrambled, while their king is stuck in the corner and we have a bunch of pieces around him. If you found this, then good job. The answer is, guys, if you haven't figured out this, pause the video and look away. So the answer is, you move up, you move queen up.
I'm afraid you left your queen hanging.
Actually, what is wrong with me? I'm so sorry. So the answer is, aha. No, I'm joking. The literal answer is you move here.
Perfect. Nice work.
You first up there and you go up there. I'm so sorry about why this.
Do you see a way to win the game?
So you guys just figure this out.
Perfect. Nice work.
So
Oops, I blundered. Can you find a way to checkmate me?
I'm gonna skip past all of these and then.
Nicely done.
These are really easy, and then I want to get back to.
You're in control here. Can you seal the victory? 3 in a row. Don't stop now. This is your chance to shine. Find the checkmate.
Oh, sorry.
That wasn't it. Want to try again?
Okay, good, guys. I was clicking it. I never even.
You got it. Well done.
Okay, guys.
Win my rook to win the puzzle.
These, but like they're easy, okay? Just chill. Your rook.
Excellent play. You solved it. You have a checkmating idea. Can you find it?
Once it gets hard, I'll.
Good work. Take a careful look at the board. Do you see a way to win material? 1, 2, 3 in a row. Great work. Your pieces are perfectly placed. Can you? Great. You found the solution.
Sorry, guys. I know you guys are like, if you guys are.
If you play this right, you can win material.
What?
You missed a key idea there. Want to give it another try? You spotted the solution. Excellent.
I'm so sorry, guys.
This is the winning moment. Can you spot the checkmate right now?
Guys. I know I'm wasting your time somehow, but like, I know you guys have stuff probably, and I'm wasting it.
Good work.
I promise.
Oops. That's a blunder by me. Can you figure out how to win my queen?
your queen, bro. How do I win your queen? Actually, it's the LA. I mean, I could. That's my
Your eyes are sharp. Good work. This is the winning moment. Can you spot the checkmate right now? You're doing great. Can you find a way to win my rook?
The rook?
I can go like this, then I'll be safe. Nice try, but I can go like this and you don't have a path forward. Good solving.
I could do.
Checkmate is hiding in plain sight. Can you uncover it?
Sometimes I miss the easiest ones. I'm so sorry, guys.
Your eyes are sharp. Good work. You can win if you find the checkmating idea.
Because they're really easy.
Correct? Well played. Find a way to end the game with a checkmate.
So I'm gonna end the game with checkmate.
You're doing great. You're in control here. Can you seal the victory with checkmate? Yes, indeed, you got it. Find the game-ending idea. Wow, you're on fire.
So now that I'm here,
Win
I'm
this
so
game
sorry
with a
for
checkmate.
wasting all your time. Okay, how do you think you're supposed to solve this? Well, you probably figured it out already. You could. If you want, you could do the material count, but like, there's really no point, honestly. In this situation, there's no point, because the mate plan is pretty simple, honestly. You can see they're up a pawn, obviously, but they're pretty much down a king, because you have pretty much already checkmated them, because your pawn is protecting this bishop, absolutely, bishop protecting that, while also cutting off, well, I mean, let's just see, what squares can he go to? Well, obviously, this is a no, this is a no, this is a no, and this is a no because of the bishop. So now he has two last squares, and they can practically be hit by a knight, and there's a knight right there.
Very well solved. Checkmate is waiting if you play carefully.
Okay, so guys, how do you think you're supposed to checkmate them? So, guys, have you figured it out? If you haven't, pause the video because I'm about to tell you the answer. So to checkmate them, obviously, this part is closed off. So if you just drag a rook for beautiful sacrifice, then they are forced to take it, which means, well, these three are dead squares now. And then with a second rook coming over, that's made. So,
Fire on the board. That's 7 correct in a row. If you look closely, there's a way to promote your pawn.
So you're black, and how do you promote your pawn? Well, you might be thinking, well, let's do a material count, so let's do that. And they're up a pawn. In games, up a pawn is actually really good. So let's see, how do we promote a pawn? Well, obviously, them having a rook is gonna make it so that our pawn can't be promoted, because they could just like chase it. So obviously, therefore the trade. Then this is our only passed pawn currently. They have two, but we have one, and we have one, and we got a head start. And now
your eyes are sharp. Good work.
Push it one more time if they want, and well, bonk. You can just stop.
Calculate and win my rook.
Okay, how do we win their rook? Well, we can obviously pin it like this. Now,
that was a good attempt,
so
but once I go here, you don't have a strong way to respond.
You chase it away with your own rook, which is protected by your own pawn, of course. So
that's right. Well played.
Well, obviously,
you have a chance to beat me.
You guys
can you find the checkmate?
This video, I hope. Please leave a like and subscribe. I will see you next time in my next chess puzzle video. Thank you.